Ooh, welcome back, everybody. It has been several hours since we've got the Shura ending for the game. I have beaten the second Hirata Estate memory with Owl Father as the boss. We got through the Fountainhead Palace and beat the Divine Dragon again. And we just got back and got one of the 3 fulminated Mercury that's in the final stage of Ashina Castle, which brought me to 4 fulminated Mercury. So now I can continue my Shinobi prosthetic tool upgrades. With the Great Mist Raven Feather. I'm gonna need some money for this one. And now I'll just work from left to right. So my next one needs 600. That requires 1,000. That requires 1,500 and a fulminated Mercury. This one only requires 1,500. That's another 1,500. That needs 3 fulminated Mercury, and that needs 4. And a lump of grave wax that we're missing. Oh, and some lumps of, is that fat wax? Yes. So now we'll continue through the game. We got the remaining lapis lazuli that is needed. There's only 2 left in the game for beating the Demon of Hatred, so we'll do that. We'll get the last 2 fulminated Mercury that are in the game. And when I come back, I will show some farming strategies for the last few trophies. We're going to have to farm some fulminated Mercury. I think there's 1 lump of grave wax left in the world. And we'll have to farm some lumps of fat wax, but those are easy to come by. We will not have to farm any money, but I will show off that as well, just in case you need it. And then lastly, we'll show the good farming technique for experience, because that's going to be the last trophy that you get, or it should be. As you can see, we still need lots of skill points to get these and these. So if you've reached the end of the game and all you have left to do is get experience for your skills and upgrade materials for your prosthetic, then the first thing you're going to want to do before you do any farming is ring the bell demon. The demon bell. Which I know sounds weird, but this increases your drop chance for items, but makes the enemies harder. But since I'm about to show you some farming runs where you sneak up on all your enemies, making them harder is of no consequence. So when you ring that, you get the Sinister Burden, and a Bell Demon is added to your inventory. With that, you can now get your farming done. One of the ways to farm Fulminated Mercury is to come to the Poison Pool in Ashina Depths and kill the 3 Cannoneers in this area. First, pop one of what should be your mini Mibu possession balloons. Also, if you haven't already, try to get the Virtuous Deed latent ability from the Senpo skill tree. And then simply kill the 3 Cannoneers as quickly as possible. You want to get them down before your Mibu balloon runs out. If the one circling around the arena is in an awkward position, then we can get him first, the one on the other side, thus saving time with the Mibu possession balloon. And you can get one every couple of runs, 2 to 3. This was my second run. And you can usually get 2 runs in before the possession balloon dissipates. I think that the best way to farm lumps of grave wax is to come back to the flower viewing stage in the Fountainhead Palace and kill the Mr. Noble directly behind you after popping a Mibu possession balloon. You don't have to worry about killing the one in the other room because the Okami warrior is right next to him. So, we are at the last part of the game. If you are like me, then you have 1 trophy remaining, which is to get every skill in the game. That's the good news. The bad news is, if you're like me, then you still have several skills to get. I have all of these, and the last 3. So, this is what I think is the best way to farm for experience. First, again, make sure you have the Demon Bell. Also, equip your Homeward Idol in your quick item slots. That just makes things easier. And we're going to come across here. First, travel to the Upper Tower Antechamber in Ashina Castle, We are in the final stage of the game, so this is the night stage when the Interior Ministry is sieging the area. Come in and stealth kill this guy. And he nets you just over 2,000 experience. So honestly, you can just run back to the Sculptor's Idol and farm this one guy over and over again, if you don't want to resort to the Homeward Idol. If you need a little more variety, it's not a bad idea to come out here and use the middle beam here. And we're going to drop kill one of these two Interior Ministry soldiers and take out the other one. They give just over 1,800 apiece. And you can also come this way, out towards the old grave, crouch down before you leave, and we can stealth kill this one. Make sure you loot all the corpses, and you can Homeward Idol, rinse and repeat. Something to note is if farming experience doing the same thing over and over again is not your thing, a perfectly valid strategy is actually to go ahead and complete this second playthrough and start the next one. The experience rates go up every time you start a new game, or a new game plus, and the bosses tend to give large amounts of experience. So if you've gotten good at the whole game and think you can do a much quicker job getting to the major bosses in a third playthrough, then by all means, that is one way you can accomplish the last trophy. Okay, so I won't lie, it's actually several days later. I've actually done an entire third playthrough of this game to build up enough skill points, and even at the end of this third playthrough I had to run through this little tour for about, I don't know, a couple of hours before having finally enough skill points to get the last ability, which means the last 2 trophies. Something I like to do when I'm doing this grinding stuff is I'll just put on my favorite YouTube channel while turn the volume down and run through this several times until I get to where I need to be. So right now I've been watching Red Letter Media. But anyway, I've got my skill points. I've got all the abilities except for the Empowered Mortal Draw. So once you get to this point, you'll finally achieve the Platinum Trophy. There's the trophy for getting all the abilities, and there's the Platinum. So, I hope that you have found this helpful. I hope that I have shown you some tips and tricks for getting that Platinum Trophy as easily as you can. And I want to thank you for sticking with me this entire time. I'll return with another game. Until then, stay safe.